Hey guys, it's me again. My business, I go by the name of Uncle E. My nieces and nephew gave me that name, of course, so my business is called Uncle E's Sweet Treats and Homemade Eats. So I'm back tonight. I'm going to be making homemade biscuits once again. You're probably thinking, why not something new? Why not do something else? Well, I am I want to make a perfect biscuit, and I still don't feel like my biscuits are perfect. I know I've been told I'm my own worst critic when it comes to my cooking. So I make biscuits every single night. Practice makes perfect, and by God, I want to be perfect at my biscuits. So I'm going to continue to make them every single night until I feel like I have reached perfection with my biscuit making. So sit back. Here we go again, round two. So tonight, I've went ahead and I have my flour in here, and as always, I use White Lily self-rising flour in my biscuit recipe. I'm going to be using 3/4 of a stick of 6 tablespoons of salted butter. I forgot to pass that along to you last night. Use salted butter. If you don't want to use butter, you can use Crisco. Butter's going to give you a better flavor though. Just like the buttermilk that I use, a lot of people don't like buttermilk, and they want to use regular red top milk or 2% milk. Don't ever use 2% milk in your biscuits. I wouldn't. 2% milk does not bother me. It's just when it comes to taste in food that you're cooking, 2%, it's not going to give you that taste. Red top milk is really not going to give you the taste that I think a biscuit should have. Buttermilk, can't go wrong with buttermilk in your biscuits. So I've had this butter. I went ahead and put this butter in the freezer. It's better to let it set in the freezer overnight and to get it as cold as possible. It's been sitting in the freezer for about 15 minutes now, I guess. The reason being is the colder your butter is, of course, the colder butter is, it's going to take longer to melt. And when it takes longer to melt, that gives your biscuits more opportunity to retain moisture as it's cooking, and that's what the butter is going to do. It's going to allow your biscuits to be moist. I know a lot of people hate that word, but it's going to allow your biscuits to be moist, and it's going to create air pockets in your biscuit as they cook, because it's going to start cooking fairly quickly. I'll be right back. Got to get my pastry cutter. I thought I was ready. It's going to give your biscuits a chance to be nice and fluffy, because it's going to take your butter a longer amount of time to melt, therefore allowing for air pockets to be trapped in your biscuit dough as it's cooking. Once again, overnight would be better for the butter, but as cold as possible. Some people say put your butter and flour in a food processor and pulse it 20, 25, 30 times. I don't know that there's a magic number. You're just looking to get that coarse mixture of flour and butter. I still use the pastry cutter to work out. One less thing to clean up. As far as the food processor, a little more difficult to clean up than a simple pastry cutter. Anyway, I digress. we've got our well made in the center of our flour mixture here. You know, and actually I'm gonna take and I'm gonna pop this this mixture into the freezer for a moment. The oven is preheated at 450. We're doing 450 tonight. I changed things up. 425, 450, 475. Now 480 would be the 480, 480, 480, 480. Now 500. Sorry, that's another part of my life. I'm an auctioneer as well. Anyway, we're gonna take and stick this flour butter mixture in the freezer for 10, 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna let it get as cold as possible. That's going to help in the process. So, gonna pause you for a minute, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. I've let my mixture set in the freezer for 10, 15 minutes. Now I have my cold buttermilk that I'm adding into the little well that I made into the center of my flour mixture here. And I'm simply going to very gently start folding the flour into the buttermilk mixture. Not stirring it, just slowly, gently, easily folding the flour and buttermilk so the flour will soak up all of the buttermilk. And this is going to be a very, very sticky dough. I'm just gonna go ahead and warn you. It's gonna be sticky. So, with that being said, don't think you're supposed to add a crap ton of flour because you think that it's too sticky, okay? So, you're gonna be tempted. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You'll be happy that you didn't, because if you do, it's gonna mess up your mixture. It's gonna make your biscuits tough. They are not gonna be as nice and soft and airy and fluffy as you had hoped. So, a way around this, get some flour on your hands and your utensils. That way, your hands aren't sticking to the dough. And we're going to fold it a few times, gently folding. Like so. We're going to turn it over, we're going to pat it out. Like so. To the thickness that we can all agree on. That's where I want it. You guys agree, right? I knew you would. Take some of your remaining butter that you have and butter your pan, your baking sheet. That way the dough doesn't stick. Dip your biscuit cutter in the flour. That way the biscuits, because it's sticky, that way the dough does not stick to your biscuit cutter. And just keep repeating this process until you have all of your biscuits cut out. I'm using the 2.5-inch biscuit cutter tonight. I have 5 different size biscuit cutters. Okay, bring everything into a ball. Bring your remaining dough into a ball. Pat it back out again. And like before, fold it a few times. That's what's going to give you your layered biscuits. Repeat the process as many times as you can. Transferring them from here over to your baking pan. Still have some dough. I'm gonna very gently, I'm going to scrape the dough that has stuck to my wax paper. Bring this dough together again. Should have enough for a couple more here. We're gonna fold it a few times. Cut this biscuit out. And it looks like we're gonna get one of the crazy biscuits or ugly biscuits, whatever you want to call them. The hand patted biscuit. All right, there we go. And now I'm going to transfer these lovely biscuits into my preheated 450-degree oven on my Nordic ware pan, made in the USA. Can't go wrong with that. We're gonna put them in the oven at 450 degrees. Until golden brown. About 10 minutes, 12 minutes, just depending on where you're at, your altitude. They say that has an effect on how long it takes things to cook. We're looking for golden brown, light golden brown. Don't lose track and think golden brown is dark. We want light golden brown. When your biscuits are done, come on back here with me, and we're gonna make some homemade honey butter, I think. Nah, not tonight. We're not going to do that tonight. But we will. We're not going to do that either. I was going to say you could brush the tops of your biscuits with melted butter. I'm not going to do that. I'm just simply going to come back in about 10 minutes, show you my finished product, and we'll go from there. We'll wing it tonight, guys. See ya in just a minute. Hey guys, I was just cleaning up the mess that I had made. It's easier to clean up now rather than later. I'm just going to touch base with you real quick. The biscuits are doing amazing. They are rising like they're supposed to. They look absolutely amazing. I can't wait for them to be done. When I bring them out of the oven, I said I wasn't going to put butter on the top, but you know what I'm going to do? This butter that I have left over, I'm just simply going to rub it on the top. I'm not going to worry about melting it and brushing it on the top. I'm just simply going to rub some on the top. Give me about 2 more minutes. We'll have these babies out of the oven. Hey guys, I'm back. I was just going to tell you, I went ahead and turned the oven off, and I have left the biscuits in there for about another 45 seconds, 35 seconds. And I'm just allowing the residual heat that's left in the oven to finish cooking the biscuits or baking the biscuits a little bit longer. And I'm fixing to bring them out. So I'm going to walk over to the oven. I'm going to grab them real quick. We're going to see what they look like. I know what they look like because I can see them already, but I'm going to get them and bring them over so you guys can see what they look like. Oh, look at that. Light golden brown. That's what we was looking for. Going to take the butter, simply rub over the top of the biscuit. Gonna make them nice and shiny. Give them a little extra buttery flavor. Oh yeah. Looks absolutely amazing. Okay, so here we are. Ooh. Can y'all see that steam? Look at that. Oh, absolutely amazing. You can't go wrong with a hot biscuit. Fresh out of the oven. Little honey. I know. I said I wasn't gonna make any honey butter, and I'm not. Just simply gonna drizzle a little honey on this bad boy, and we'll see how it tastes. Absolutely amazing. I wish you guys were here so y'all could take advantage of the smell and the taste of this homemade biscuit, homemade buttermilk biscuit. Stay tuned to my channel, you know, guys. Hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Share this video with whomever. And you know, let's help my channel grow, if you don't mind, please. I'm going to continue to do cooking videos for you guys. Some recipes along the way that I was taught as a child, young boy growing up. My grandmother, you know, I told you yesterday, I like to cook with her. I enjoyed cooking alongside my grandmother, my nanny. So I've got some recipes that she used. Well, actually, they were in her head, and she just made them. There was no written recipe, so I have to go back and recreate those from my memory of what she did. So, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and you know, sit back and enjoy the ride. We're gonna do some amazing things, some good old Southern home cooking. I'm bringing it back, folks. I hope you enjoyed tonight. I know I sure did. Look forward to seeing you next go around. Have a great night and a great weekend.